Morning. Today is August 17th, Tuesday, and I just wanted a quick video on being unassuming and the power that it has. I know it's kind of a weird title and have the visual be a peacock in all its beautiful glory, but I just want to touch base on how people really underestimate being unassuming. Every Everybody always wants to show off and show off. And with the Black community, that's really hard for us because we do have a very long and beautiful history of finery. We had gold, we had gemstones, we had fine cloth. Even if you didn't have the gold and gemstones, we still had fine woven cloth for thousands of years longer than they give us credit. And, we use rocks and sticks as adornment and, you know, natural dyes from the earth and clay, and we're just used to being a certain way as far as peacocking. It's natural to us. And then when chattel slavery happened, our peacock turned more confessional, very religious, so that we didn't be perceived as a threat to the masters and thus incur the master's wrath. And then in the last 30, 40 years, thanks to hip hop and rap, we've been more peacocking. There's the imagery of the hot chicks and the expensive cars and the expensive jewelry and the $100 bills and making it rain. And I don't think people understand how when you're doing that, it's almost like you're trying to tell people, I'm good enough, but I'm not so good that I'm a threat to your resources. And I think that's something we need to start pulling back on. Start being underestimated or perceived as not a threat. I love being perceived as not a threat because I actually get to do a lot more energy work and personal work that people don't know. When you're perceived as unassuming, people don't feel threatened. They see you walking down the street. It's like, okay, they're not going to take resources by way of mugging me, nor are they going to take resources by having a better job and making more money. When in fact, that's precisely what I'm doing on a regular basis. And I'm using my energy work and manifesting to help do that. Not to mention the fact I'm part of a group that likes to meditate for the sun to get a little bit closer. And we all know what happens when that happens. Or the sun rays get a little bit hotter. But if you saw me walking down the street, you'd have no idea. And for Black people who may have an issue with this video, keep in mind every other race does this. We have Asians who are considered nice and sweet and quiet. I've hung out with Asians. I've hung out in their homes. That whole dorky, nerdy Asian thing, nah. White people, oh, I'm prim and proper, and we don't do that in our home. We don't do that. There's a certain way that they behave in public. Well, did before COVID anyway. Let me tell you what. I've been around some real sketchy people that when you see them walking down the street, you would think they easily had the best jobs, the best neighborhoods. You would never know they were freaks and fiends and all kinds of stuff. So it's a way of making moves. And although people might say it's not your authentic self, you need to make the determination. Are you trying to show the world your authentic self? Or are you trying to survive it? And for most Black people, we're just trying to survive it. So relish in those of you who are unassuming, relish in that fact. Those of you who are not unassuming, learn to be a little less unassuming. People don't need to know everything you're doing. These people are not our masters. We are not slaves, and we no longer have to confess anything to them. Okay? So with that in mind, just think on what I've just said in this video, and all of you have a very beautiful and lovely day.